citizens peacefully within the borders of the United States. Now, okay, in that law, I covered, number one, that the governments have to, one, acknowledge that the people have the right to own, possess, buy, use cameras. All right? Because in America, there's all kinds of stuff happening, and you see the footage where people are arrested for having cameras, where people are forced to turn off their cameras, or forced to hand over the documentations, you know, the disc, the drives, the video, the tape, the property, the intellectual property of the cameraman. I think that should be unlawful, and you should too. And you need to contact your congressman, you need to write your senator, you need to talk, you need to get involved about this, because this right here is how we stop tyranny. If we have cameras on the people, if we have cameras on the police, if we have cameras on the goon squads, we are able to, as a people, bypass the the global media empire and directly upload these videos for anyone to watch and anyone to take consideration into their own mind of raw footage. No spin. This is exactly what happened. The cameras are rolling, the police beat him up, or the police watched this man get beat up in the case of that one guy, and I'll make a video about the guy here in a minute. But this right here is very important. Number one, we need to have the right to possess, own, obtain, buy cameras freely that cannot be infringed upon. Number two, peaceful use. We need to be able to have peaceful use. We need to have the right to use these. They cannot be shut down or be compelled to shut down forcibly under, threat of arrest or imprisonment or anything like that. Fines, penalties, cameras need to be rolling. We got to document it. Number three, protection of the data, film, intellectual property, or audio, video footage. That way the cops can't come in there and say, hey, you need to turn this down, or the feds. They can't come in there and say, hey, give me the video. Or if we upload the video, they're going to shut it down. They can't shut it down, all right? And number four, protection of the act itself. This, and right here, I'll read it again. The protection of this act to be restricted, amended, or unlawfully abolished in the future by any other act by the judicial, executive, or legislative branches. I'm covering all three. Meaning, number one, the legislature, the Congress, the Senate, they cannot pass a law to ever appeal this or remove this from you, the people, because you, the people, deserve the right to have a camera, to protect your own rights, because in a court of law, you run a stop sign or something like that and the cop records you. Well, hey, you recorded the cop too, okay? Bam. You record me, I record you. It makes it even, because the cop knows anything he says will be used against him in a court of law. And the people know anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. So if I have a camera and you have a camera, bam, we're even. There's no tyranny, and he's got a camera, I got a camera. We both submit them into the court as evidence for either case, for either cause. I think it's right. All right, so no act of legislation in the future shall ever remove this right from the people, meaning they can never pass a law saying we're going to appeal that, we think it's a bad idea. No executive order shall ever diminish the value of these liberties afforded to the people. That means the president can never just, bypass the whole legislative branch and institute an executive order that says, oh, by the way, we think cameras are bad, people shouldn't have the right to have cameras, signed Barack H. Obama. No, that's not going to happen, because in my bill, I've protected against that. And three, no judicial ruling shall ever ban the use of cameras by public citizens peacefully within the borders of the United States. Meaning, I go to jail, I got a camera, he's got a camera, bam, we hit it in the courts. I appeal, I appeal my case to the courts and say, hey man, I got video evidence protected by the law, meaning they can't delete it, they can't destroy it, they cannot alter it, and this evidence rings true that the officer abused me, he took my civil liberties away from me, my freedoms, and no judicial ruling, meaning the courts, whether they be local courts, district courts, civil courts, criminal courts, appellate courts, state appellate courts, federal appellate courts, all the way up to the Supreme Court, you cannot take this away from the people. The people will have this right. And whether you like it or not, executive, judicial, or legislative, you cannot take this away from them. And you know this is a good idea. And I challenge you, anyone, all right? Congressman, if you're a police officer, if you're a lawyer, an attorney, if you're just a normal housewife, you know, if you're a kid, you know, challenge me. Find the flaw. Tell me what's wrong with the right of the people to own, obtain, possess, use peacefully, document, use as evidence in a court of law. You tell me why I cannot have a camera and why I should not have that right. Why should police be able to tell me, turn off that camera? You're under arrest. Give me the camera, give me the footage. You tell me why we should not have that, all right? Now, I wrote this up for Ron Paul, and, you know, here it is, 2 pages, short and sweet. I read it to you. This is everything. I think our civil liberties and our freedoms as an American people as a whole, whether you're Republican, Democrat, black or white, Hispanic, you know, I'm Hispanic, all right? Last name Lopez, whatever. Find fault in this, and you tell me why we cannot have this. And if you're a congressman listening, if you're a senator listening, if you're Barack Obama listening, you tell me why I cannot have a camera. Alright, now you post a comment on my shit here. Post a comment right there. Subscribe, click, rate, friend, you know, share with your friends. And you post a video comment or you post a text comment. Be civil. Don't be a dumbass. And you tell me why people should not have the right to bear a camera peacefully, to buy a camera, to use the footage, and to not have them shut off or be unlawfully arrested for the use of, even dare having a camera. Alright, thanks a lot, guys. This is Don't Tread on Me TV. You can catch me at www.youtube.com/donttreadonmetv. I have an email, donttreadonmetv@gmail.com. Rate, comment, subscribe, send to your friends. This video is the best video. And this is the whole reason why I even made this channel. I'm going to continue to bring out more educational information. We're talking about, you know, more laws, more rights. We're going to get into modern day laws. We're going to get into all kinds of things. But this is the one, alright? If you watch any video, if you share any video to any of your friends, you make sure you share this one. This one right here today. You show this to your friends and you tell them, hey, I should have a right to have a camera, right? Don't tread on me, dog. Alright, this is Don't Tread on Me TV. I'm Skyfire. Holler back.